Shalom, Israel. It is us, INE, Israelites, not Equalites. We come to you this evening with another great, fantastic lesson that's titled, Don't Get Bit by Snakes, Israel. Yes, don't get bit by snakes because there are a lot of vipers in Israel pretending that they're in the truth. A lot of people say that they're in the truth, but there's a difference in knowing about the truth and being in the truth. And a lot of people get that mixed up. But we are here today to delete the lies and do what, brother, sister? Download the truth. That's our mission statement. That's why we are here, to make sure we enlighten our brothers and sisters to be aware of what to watch out in this cruel, nasty, and desolate world. And like I say, we have a lot of people coming in, but we only have 2, 3 likes. So I'm thinking that there might be some secret agents somewhere, some people listening to the classes but don't want anyone to know that they are there. You know who you are. You've been doing it for a long time. And so does anyone have anything that they would like to say before we begin class this evening?
Shalom, family. Giving all praise to Yahweh and the Son Yahweh. Hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and leave that positive comment. And don't forget to share the video.
All praises. Once again, the lesson is entitled, Don't Get Bit by a Snake, Israel. So we're going to have Brother Uram. He's going to start out this evening. He's going to come in the book of Mark, chapter 16 and verse 18. Come on, brother.
Mark chapter 16, verse 18.
Come on.
They shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover.
And they shall do what, brother?
And they shall recover.
And they're going to be able to recover.
That's right.
What do you got, my sister, over there?
Mm-hmm. All right. We're looking at Mark chapter 16, verse 18.
Come on, sister.
And it reads, they will pick up snakes.
They would do what?
Pick up snakes.
You're going to pick up you venomous demons and devils.
And if they drink any deadly poison, it will not hurt them.
It's not going to hurt.
They will place their hands on the sick and cure them.
You see? That's what we have to look forward to and be aware of, brothers and sisters. The deadliness. The things that people think will destroy you and hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't do you no harm.
Yep.
Because if you're working for the Most High, no hurt, harm, or danger gonna come to you. You ain't got to worry about it. And that's what one thing that people don't understand. You have to know what's going on. You have to do research and study, not just with the Bible, but with people as well. Especially those that amongst you, those that are around you. Because every smiling face is not somebody that means you good. They could mean you bad. All praises to everybody that's in class this evening. We thank God for each and every one of you. All praises to the Most High.
That's right.
Come on, my brother. Let's look at Luke.
Luke chapter 10, verse 19.
Come on.
Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents.
He give us power to be able to walk on these serpents. Come on.
And scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy.
Over all the power of who, brothers?
The power of the enemy.
The power of the enemy. Remember that, the power of the enemy. Come on.
And nothing shall by any means hurt you.
And there's nothing that's going to be able to hurt you. No hurt, harm, or danger. You're going to be able to tread. You're going to be able to deal with all these people.
That's right.
All you got to do is just hang in there and depend on the Most High.
That's right.
All you got to do is just keep doing what it is that He requires of you. And he'll put those people on Front Street. They'll start to doing things. They'll start to saying things. They put themselves on Front Street. That's what these scriptures will do to you. That's what being in this truth. It'll let you examine people as well. You have to examine yourself first, but you definitely be able to examine other people. Come on.
Luke chapter 10, verse 19.
Uh-huh.
I have given you the authority to trample snakes.
See, you have the authority, brothers and sisters. If you do what it is that God requires of you, he gives you the authority over those weak demons and devils.
And scorpions, and to destroy.
And to do what?
And to destroy.
And to destroy
the enemy's power.
And to destroy the enemy's power.
Nothing will hurt you.
Nothing is going to be able to hurt you or defeat you, because he says, I'm a man of war. The Lord will fight for you, brothers and sisters. He'll fight for you. All you got to do is be obedient to him, and he'll fight for you. You don't have to. I keep telling y'all what one of my favorite things is. He's a lawyer that hasn't never lost a case, a doctor that ain't never lost a patient. That's who I work for. You need to get to working for the same person, because you'll be undefeated in all aspects of life. Come on.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 16, 17.
Come on, brother.
Behold, I send you forth as sheep.
He sent us as sheep in the what, brother?
In the midst of wolves.
In the what?
In the midst of wolves.
In the midst of wolves.
Be ye therefore wise as serpents, and harmfulness as doves.
Come on.
But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues.
They're gonna always betray you. They're gonna always turn your back. You know, there's scripture that say it wasn't my own. It wasn't my enemy that was against me. If it had been my enemy, I would have knew how to get away from it. But it was my own person, my own friend, my own person that we used to walk to church together. We used to walk to the synagogue together. We used to sit down and eat together. Those are the ones that's going to be against you. And you have to be able to take it, because it's not going to let up. Nothing that's happening in the world today, brothers and sisters, is going to get better. It's going to get worse. And the worse it get, the better we supposed to be.
That's right.
Because there's going to be one day that's going to come that ain't going to be no more tears, no more crying. It's none of that stuff is going to happen, because those things are going to be passing away. Come on, sister.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 16 and 17.
Come on.
I'm sending you out like sheep among wolves.
You see, sheep are what? Sheep are humble. You see? Come on.
So be as cunning as snakes.
Be slick. Be crafty. Understand what the game is. Understand who your perpetrators is. Come on.
But as innocent as doves.
But always stay sinless. Come on.
17. Watch out for people who will hand you over to the Jew court and whip you in their synagogues.
Watch out for those people that blaspheme. Watch out for people that bear false witness against you. Watch out for people that always got your name on the tip of their tongue. Watch out for them kind of people, because it's going to get more and more. It's not going to get less. It's going to get more and more, brothers and sisters. That's why you better be watchful. Not just for the coming of the Messiah, but you better be watchful for the people that say, hey, brother, how you doing? I love you, man, everything. You got to be aware of those people, because there's going to be those that going to come that's going to say that. Don't throw away a real friend. Once you see somebody that's in your corner, stand up with that brother. Stand up with that sister. Don't let something that someone else, like I say, if I got a problem with somebody, or somebody have a problem with somebody that I know, just because they got a problem with them don't mean that I have to have a problem with them. They haven't done me any wrong. So why should I have a problem with them? That's what happened in Israel. Israel always taking sides. That's why it's like, don't get bit by these snakes out here. You better know one before you start to seeing it crawling around. You better know what it is. Come on.
Micah chapter 7, verse 16 and 17.
Come on.
The nations shall see and be confounded.
Wait a minute. What they gonna do?
The nations shall see and be confounded
They're gonna be confounded.
at all their might.
Uh-huh.
They shall lay their hand upon their mouth. Their ears shall be deaf.
They ain't gonna be saying nothing. They ain't gonna be in your corner. They ain't gonna defend you or anything. Come on.
They shall lick the dust like a serpent.
Just like the snake. What they doing? They licking the dust of the earth forever.
Yeah.
They're always going around slithering.
That's
How
right.
their tongue be slithering and everything. That's just how these people gonna do you. That's how they continue to do you today. Come on.
They shall move out of their holes
Mm-hmm.
like worms of the earth.
Like worms, scumbags.
They shall be afraid of the Lord our Yahweh, and shall fear because of thee.
That's right. See, they need to be fearful of you because who you work for. You see, when you working for the devil, ain't nobody fearing you because a lot of people got the devil in them. But a whole bunch of people don't have the Most High in them. They say it. Oh man, I'm in this truth. No, you heard about the truth. Don't say you in the truth when you heard of the truth. You got to live this truth. You can't straddle the fence. You can't be one way with the truth and the next day you want to be in the ways of the world. It don't go like that. Sometimes people, they go along with certain things just because of the majority. Sometimes people go along with things because they get tired of doing right. You know, you'd be surprised how many people get tired of doing right and they do wrong. Because what? They're keeping up with the Joneses. They're doing what they see other folks do because that's the original way that they live their life. So in order to be able to be transformed, you have to change. And a lot of people ain't willing to do that. Come on, sister.
Micah chapter 7, verse 16 and 17. Nations will see this and be ashamed in spite of all their strength.
Uh-huh.
They will put their hands over their mouth.
That's right.
Their ears will become deaf.
Yep. They don't want to hear nothing nobody got to say.
They will lick dust like snakes, like animals that crawl on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
They will come out of their hiding places.
They'll come out of their hiding places. Trust me. Let's give them a little time.
They will come out of their hiding places trembling. They will turn away from your presence in fear. O Lord, our Yahweh, they will be afraid of you.
See, if they're afraid of the Most High and you're working for them, they're afraid of you too. There's so many people that have ran. They keep running, but they want to stand on the sideline. They ain't in here. Their names ain't in here, but they on there. The other folks that's out there listening. You know what I'm saying? Trust God. Because when you start trusting others, you'll never be like, you're going to always be doing this, looking over your shoulder, just like a drug dealer. You get to a certain amount of success, you're looking over your shoulder at everybody. When you go to the bathroom, you got your gun right there on the floor. You know, because you don't know who to trust. You don't know when somebody going to kick a door in. You don't know when somebody going to rob you. That's the same way that it is with these wicked people in Israel. They are shrewd and crafty deceivers. Nobody can get along. Everybody have a problem with somebody. Why can't we just what? Get along, Israel? Yeah. That's all we need to do. Just get along. Let's start pleasing God by what? Gathering together, doing the things that God requires of us, loving one another, not bearing false witness against a brother, not hating a brother, because he say he that hates a brother is a murderer already. Even though you may not physically kill him, you can kill him in other ways. You can kill him by bearing false witness. You can assassinate his character. All kind of things. What you got for me, brother?
2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11.
Come on.
Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
You see, when you working for God and you keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, you ain't ignorant to his devices. You ain't deceived of his scheme. You know what's going on. But you look at people and you just see them, you know. Before they come, you already know what their activity is. You already know what their mind is because you've been studying this person from the first day that you met them. You've been what? Dealing with them in a certain way. You know? You got to be able to do what? Discern these spirits. That's just like over in 1 John 4:1. It say what? Just try the spirit to see if it's from God. That's what you have to do. Come on, sister.
Yes, we're looking at 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11.
Uh-huh.
I don't want you, Satan, to outwit us.
See?
After all, we are not ignorant about Satan's scheming.
Nobody reading about Satan's scheming because he's of the world. He's a part of the God of this world. He worked for the God of this world. He worked with the system. He worked with the white man. He worked with everybody that has had us in the captivity. He worked with everybody that hate us. And that's why I say in Luke 1:68 through 71, we shall be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. That is the oppressor. That's our enemy. That's our everything. That's negative. That's everything. That's why we have to be careful. That's why these scriptures are here. So that we can be able to read these scriptures and understand what these scriptures are saying and be able to watch out with people in a spiritual aspect. Because to say what? We don't battle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and spiritual people in high places. You see, people deal with people and then they get the information from the higher ups and they come out and they try to put it on you. And then when you don't want to deal with it, then what? Here come all the bad things gonna be said about you. Come everything gonna happen. So when you want to call yourself working for the Most High, you got to expect this. You got to expect people that you have been knowing for a while to turn their back on you. You got to expect it because it's manifestation. It's scripture. That's why, you have to have tough skin. Because sometimes it feels like you all out there by yourself. But as long as you got the Most High, you ain't never got to worry about nothing. Because you're not going to lose. You might lose some battles. But you'll never win the war. You'll never lose the war. It's like I said, a lot of people, everybody holler about, I'm in the army. I want to be in the army of the Lord. Yeah, like I said, everybody want to be in the army when it ain't no war going on. The time there's a war going on, well, you look around and you don't see them anymore. Why? Because they're cowards to this truth. They rather appease and please people rather than to please God. And that's why Peter, he said, as for me and the other part, he said, we rather obey God than to obey man. Because it say curses every man that, that was hung from a tree. And it say, curses the man that make flesh his arms. Curses the man that make flesh his arm. That give him the flesh more power than do the Most High. Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than they do the Creator? You see, this is what's going on, brothers and sisters. Come on.
Numbers chapter 21, verse 8.
Come on.
And the Lord said unto Moses,
Make
thee a fiery serpent.
Do what?
Make thee a fiery serpent.
Make thee a fiery serpent. That's what it's talking about over there in the book of Matthew chapter 3. Come on.
and set it upon a pole.
You know, like that ambulance you see going down the street with that pole, and you see that snake around that pole. That's what this is talking about. That's where they got it from. Come on.
And it shall come to pass
Uh-huh.
that every one that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live.
Shall live. Because it's healing. It's the power of Yahweh. Come on, sister.
Numbers chapter 21, verse 8 and 9. The Lord said to Moses, make a snake and put it on a pole.
Make a snake and put it on a pole.
Anyone who is bitten can look at it and live.
Can look at it and live.
So Moses made a bronze snake and put it on a pole.
That's right.
People looked at the bronze snake.
And what happened?
After they were bitten, and they lived.
And they lived. You see, because there was power in it. It was the power of Yahweh. You see, no matter what happened, when the enemy think that he has a firm grip on you, the Most High will give you life. When the enemy think that he got you down for the count, the Most High will give you the victory. You can count on it, brothers and sisters. You can count on it. Some of you probably have already witnessed it and lived that aspect of your life when people have counted you out, counted you down, but you came back like a lion. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's what's happening. And then what they do, they hate you more because you're still winning. They hate you. Snakes hate you winning. That's why there's so many of them out there. That's why they slither around. And it's kind of hard to catch them because they very elusive, you know. But the Most High God says that even though they try to hurt you and kill you, you're going to live. Come on.
Proverbs chapter 23, verse 32.
And you brothers, you guys are really coming out with some good precepts, man. I really appreciate that. Thanks.
At the last it bitteth like a serpent.
Wait a minute. What did it do, brother?
At the last it bitteth like a serpent.
It did just like what a serpent does.
And stingeth like an adder.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Come on.
Verse 33. Thy eyes shall behold strange women, and thy heart shall utter perverse things.
You see, we got to be careful, brothers and sisters. Come on, sister. Mm-hmm. We got to be careful. Come on.
Proverbs chapter 23, verse 32. Later, it bites like a snake.
It bites like a snake.
And strikes like a poisonous snake.
Like a poisonous snake. You see, you got to be careful. You got to know what's going on. That's why you have to keep your mind stayed on these scriptures. Because when you linger and you lose your objective and you lose your concentration, that gives that enemy a chance to slip right in on you and to destroy you. Mm-hmm. That's what the Bible will tell us not to let happen. Don't let these people defeat you. When you say you in this truth, when you say you love the Most High, when you say you're going to obey him, when you're going to do what Deuteronomy 10 and 12 says. They don't want you to do that. They can't penetrate your armor. Yep. That's what's happening. And you don't have to be ferocious about it. You can be cool and calm. And they really can't stand that. They hate that. Come on.
Revelations chapter 12 and verse 20 verse 1.
Revelation chapter 20, verses 1 through 3, brother.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 1 through 3. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit.
See, having the key of the bottomless pit. Come on.
and a great chain in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And he laid
Lay.
laid hold on the dragon,
You know what that dragon is, don't you? It's that same red devil. Come on.
that old serpent which is the devil
Mm-hmm.
and Satan, and bound him in 1,000 years.
1,000 years. Satan, the deceiver. Come on.
Verse 3, and cast him into the bottomless pit.
Who is it going to be destroyed in 1,000 years? It said that 1,000 years gonna come, they're going to be destroyed. Talking about them red devils. Talking about the devil that the Bible speaks of. Come on.
And, and shut him up,
Hmm.
and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more.
That he's not going to be able to deceive. So that's what devil is. Devil is deceive. He's a deceiver. Ain't no man down there with no pitchfork and no red suit on, with no horns sticking up. It's a man that walk amongst you every day. Might even be your supervisor. Come on.
Till the 1,000 years shall be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season.
A little while. That's why they know right now that they don't have but a little time. That's why they keep doing all these things to try to destroy us. That's why they tell us the commandments are done away with so that we can go where they going. Come on, sister.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 1. I saw an angel coming down from heaven,
Uh-huh.
holding the key to the bottomless pit.
Holding that key to the bottom of the pickup. There's a whole bunch of people getting ready to go through that door. Come on.
And a large chain in his hand.
And a lot. Come on.
He overpowered the serpent.
He overpowered the serpent. See, that's what this word will do. This word will you'll overpower that serpent. If you just stead, be hold fast, brothers and sisters, you'll be able to overpower. You are a overcomer. Look, we've been overcomers all our life. Come on.
That ancient snake named Devil and Satan, the angel chain, the angel chained up the serpent for 1,000 years.
Chained him up for 1,000 years.
Verse 3. He threw it into the bottomless pit.
Threw it into the bottomless pit.
The angel shut and sealed the pit over the serpent to keep it from deceiving the nations.
To keep it from continuing to deceive us.
Anymore until the 1,000 years were over. After that, it must be set free for a little while.
And that's what's happening now. They're running rampant.
Yeah.
They say, "What you doing, man? I'm going here. I'm going there to see who I can destroy." You see, brothers and sisters, this is something that's biblical that's going on.
Yep.
This is Bible principle that's going on. That's why I say, stay in this Bible. Read this Bible, at least something every day. Read this Bible. You can't go wrong. But when you try to get other books and match it up with the Bible, that's where you go in the error at. Because you're dealing with some man's mind now, instead of the mind of God and the man that wrote this Bible. Come on. 12.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 9.
Come on.
And the great dragon was cast off, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world.
No, just a few people.
The whole world.
The whole world. You know why I said the whole world? Because we scattered amongst the whole world. They don't want to hit and miss. They want to make sure they be effective everywhere that they go. Come on.
He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
Mm-hmm. You were cast out with him. Read 10, brother.
Verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven.
So that must have been God. You say you heard a loud voice in heaven. Come on.
Now is come salvation.
Wait a minute. Salvation is only for the Jews. It ain't for everybody. It's only for the Jews, brothers and sisters. Come on.
And strengtheneth in the kingdom of our Yahweh.
In the kingdom of our Yahweh.
and the power of his Hamakia.
and the power of his son.
For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our Yahweh day and night.
Didn't never stop.
Yeah.
It didn't never stop. And it ain't gonna stop, brothers and sisters. That's why we got to stand tall through it all.
Yeah.
We got to stay with it. Come on, sister.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 9. The huge serpent was thrown down,
Mm-hmm.
the ancient snake named Devil and Satan.
Named what?
Devil and Satan,
Named devil and Satan.
the deceiver of the whole world,
Wait a minute. No, just the Middle East.
the whole world,
The whole world.
was thrown down to earth.
Mm-hmm. He was thrown down to earth.
Its angels were thrown down with it. Verse 10. Then I heard a loud voice in heaven saying,
Mm-hmm.
Now the salvation, power, kingdom of our Yahweh, and the authority of his Messiah have come.
Mm-hmm.
The one accusing our brothers and sisters, the one accusing them day and night in the presence of our Yahweh has been thrown down.
You see? It's not going to stop, brothers and sisters.
They don't care.
And I wonder, do anyone care? These scriptures are telling you what it is that's going on. I was looking at us on the news maybe like about 3 weeks to a month ago, and there's a lady that worked at a daycare for all the little white boys and girls, and she had been working there for 20 years. And so they brought her a brand new car, and they paid cash for it. So what happened? Now there's nothing that anyone can say about a white person that this person would not defend them. She would defend them to the end. Why didn't they give her some money in her bank account for all those years that she's been working? For all that slavery in modern time that's still going on? Why didn't they give her some money and buy her a house? Why didn't they do that? But what did they do? They buy you a car. That's what they do today. You can go out, anybody can go and get a car. You had a work credit in the world and go and get a car. You can work, and go and buy a house, but you'll never own that house because you got to always pay something on that house. I don't care who you is and what you think it is. You're going to still pay something. You got to pay insurance. You got to pay property taxes. You got to pay fees that are hidden, that is not even in the contract. But your name is on it because those things, what? They've been whited out. And then when it comes time for you to go to trial and this and that, now they're going to bring it back out on you. Crafty, deceivers. Never trust your enemy. That's what the Bible says over there in Sirach. I think it's chapter 11 and 89 or chapter 12. But it say never trust your enemy. And that's how the enemy always wins. One or two ways. Somebody from our nation is trying to be something other than what they should be, or we trust in our enemy. Come on.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 1 to 3.
That's right. It is, brothers. Come on.
Now the serpent was.
Wait a minute. Who?
Now the serpent.
Are you sure the Bible says the serpent? You ain't saying now the man.
Now the serpent.
Come on, we're talking about that man, that same man that killed our Savior. Talking about the same one that brought us over here in slavery. That's what he's talking about. Come on.
Was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord Yahweh had made. And he said unto the woman,
What did he say?
Yea, have Yahweh said, Ye shall not eat of any tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden.
She don't know nothing because she hadn't been taught anything. Come on.
Verse 3, But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
See, when we start to go and dealing with different doctrines and stuff, except the one that God gave us, we die. When we don't keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments, we die. But if we keep them, we live. Simple. Come on, sister.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 1.
Come on.
The snake was more clever
See, it's clever, charming. Come on.
than all the wild animals the Lord Yahweh had made.
See, because the serpent, he was a charmer. You got people that's charming. You know what a charm is? That's when you are up under witchcraft. Come on.
He asked the woman, did Yahweh really say you must never eat the fruit of any tree in the garden?
Come on.
The woman answered the snake,
What did she say?
we're allowed to eat the fruit from any tree in the garden
Uh-huh.
except the tree in the middle of the garden.
Don't even know what's going on. Don't even know what that means. Come on.
Yahweh said, you must never eat it or touch it. If you do, you will die.
See? See? These docile doctrines that has been put out there just to destroy you. You ain't supposed to deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't supposed to be doing anything that's contrary to what the Most High is saying.
Mm-hmm.
But we do it. That's what they get for obeying man rather than God. That is a good example of what has happened. That when over there in 5:29, what Peter said. As for me, and as Peter and the other pops said that we're gonna what obey God rather than man. They hated Peter for that. Anytime you lift God up, somebody is trying to tear you down. Every single time. I guarantee you, do a survey and see how many times you lift up God and how many times somebody's trying to tear you down. It's gonna happen. That's why we can't give up. We can't get weak. We can't give in to none of this stuff that's going on in this society today. Because it's only destruction. And to keep us on the bottom, not on the top. This is not the natural order. Because the Bible was telling us over there in Genesis chapter 25, when it was telling us that the older shall serve the younger.
Mm-hmm.
And that was who? Cain was the what? Esau was supposed to serve who? Jacob. Because what did Jacob do? He held on to Esau's what? Heel. So if he's holding on Esau's heel, that means Esau was already out. He was still holding on his heel. And the oldest shall serve the younger. But it got changed when we went against God's law, statutes, and commandments. Even when we were murmuring over there in the wilderness, complaining, wanting to go back to the Pharaoh.
Mm-hmm.
All people crazy, man. They TikTokers. Come on.
Psalms chapter 58, verse 3 and 4.
Come on, brother.
The wicked are estranged from the womb.
They are estranged from the womb.
They go astray as soon as they be born.
Doing what?
Speaking lies.
Doing what, brother?
Speaking lies.
Speaking lies.
Their poison is like the poison of a serpent.
This deceit is more poison than a serpent. Come on.
They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear.
When the deaf adder is coming to kill, you don't want to hear nothing. Stop his ears up. He's just going to kill, destroy.
Yeah.
They're going to kill, destroy, and possess.
Divide.
And they divide us. But we don't see that. Because they give us a good job. They give us all the things that ain't going to mean nothing as far as getting to the kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why do you think he called it the bottomless pit? Because what? There's no ending. There's no stoppage of falling. Continue falling. The bottomless pit. The bottomless pit. Y'all think about that. The bottomless pit. It's crazy. Come on.
Psalms chapter 58, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Even inside the womb, wicked people are strangers to Yahweh.
Wicked people are strangers, even in the womb.
From their birth, liars go astray.
Come on.
Verse 4. They have poisonous venom like snakes. They are like a deaf cobra that shuts its ear.
That's right. The earth is in the hands of the wicked.
Mm, yeah.
But when the righteous is in charge, the people are joyful. But when the wicked rule, the people mourn. What are we doing? We mourning, ain't we, brothers and sisters? We ain't in charge. They in charge. They gonna be in charge until the Most High come back.
Mhm.
We just got to make sure that we are in this world, but we are not of the world. When it says that, it's meaning that we're not going to be dealing with the ways of the world. When it's saying, and I heard another voice saying, "Come out of her, my people," it don't mean that we're gonna run to another nation or this and that. No, lead the ways of the way that these people are living and dealing. That's what it's talking about.
Mhm.
Come on.
Psalms 140.
Psalm chapter 140, verse 1.
Come on.
Deliver me, O Lord,
This is David. He's saying, "Deliver me, O Lord,
from the evil man."
from the who, brother?"
From the evil man.
He said, "Deliver me from the evil man." So you see, he ain't talking about no devil. He's talking about a man. David is putting it out there. Deliver me from the evil man. Come on.
Preserve me from the violent man,
Save me. Preserve me from that violent man. Come on.
which imagine mischief in their heart continually, or they gather together for war.
See, they gather together for war, but God say he's a man of war over there in 15:3 over in Exodus. I'm a man of war. I will fight for you. Come on.
Verse 3. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Others' poison is under their lips.
Wow. You see, they're not gonna stop.
Mhm.
They're not gonna run out of energy. The devil don't run out of gas. See, we run out of gas because we get tired of doing good. We do good for a little while. Man, I just don't feel right. Something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So you go out there what? And you do just what they doing because you think that they in charge. But they are not in charge. The Most High is in charge. Everything that happens, God lets happen for a reason.
Mhm.
You see, don't you think that God is not in the midst of everything that's going on? He is in the midst and he allows certain things to happen. Come on, sister.
Yeah. Psalms chapter 140, verse 1.
Come on, sister.
Rescue me from evil people, O Lord.
Rescue me from evil people. That's what the lesson started out about dealing with these evil people that don't mean us no good.
Yeah.
Come on.
Keep me safe from violent people.
Come on, sister.
They plan evil things in their hearts.
Mm.
They start fights every day.
They do what?
They start fights every day.
Killing one another every day. They start fights.
Verse 3. They make their tongues as sharp as a snake's fang. Their lips hide the venom of poisonous snakes.
You see? They're poison. And if you get bit and you ain't in this truth, you're not going to have no protection. You're going to succumb to what? The wicked one. And these scriptures show you how not to. But nobody won't. Everybody want to always think that it's not true what these scriptures are saying. These scriptures mean everything that they say. Come on, brothers and sisters. We got to stop getting bit by the snakes, Israel.
Yeah.
And you know what makes it so bad? We got to watch out for that adder, because that adder is our people too. One to hurt and one to kill us, one to destroy us, jealousy, envy, strife, covetousness. All this stuff comes from our own people. That's why we can't gather together. Because what people say, I got mine, you better get yours. I got mine, you better get yours. I'm an individualite. But ain't nowhere in the Bible where God say gather together the individualites. He said gather together the Israelites.
Yep.
That's what he's saying. But people disobey God because a lot of things that God is saying is not convenient for them. So they do what it is that please their flesh, that please their belly. You see? And that's why they always come out on the bottom, not on the top. Come on.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 8.
Come on.
He that diggeth a pit shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh an edge, a serpent shall bite him.
You see? You see? Come on, sister.
Ecclesiastes, Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 8.
Come on.
Whoever digs a pit may fall into it.
Whoever digs a pit gonna fall in it. Come on.
Whoever breaks through a stone wall may be bitten by a snake.
May be bitten by a snake. Read that next one for me.
Verse 9. Whoever works in a stone quarry may get hurt. Whoever splits wood may be injured.
See? Better get it right. You're an Israelite. Be careful, brothers and sisters. Just because somebody raising up a hammer don't mean that it ain't being raised up at you. Just because somebody is saying and making false accusations against you don't mean that it's true. So don't let it bother you. See, they become effective when the thing that they say, and they know it's a lie, they know it's folly, but it hurts you. So you're giving them the victory. Don't succumb to the foolishness. Stand tall. Stand on the word of God. Stand on this truth. Not on what someone make up or say about you and the majority may believe. That don't amount to nothing. Stand on the word of God. Stand on the promises of God. That's what we got to do. Come on.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 11.
Come on, brother.
Surely the serpent will bite without enchantment, and a babbler is no better.
A liar, running their mouth, lying on folks and stuff. It ain't no better than the deceiver, because he's deceiving with his lies, just like the deceiver. They twins. They might be what? Maternal. They may not be identical. They might be a bit paternal twins. Come on, sister.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 11.
Come on.
If a snake bites
If a snake bites,
before it has been charmed,
look at here. You know those snakes that be in them little hats and everything, and they got them people, they be doing all this to the snake, and they be charming the snake. Read it, sister.
if a snake bites before it has been charmed,
If a snake bite before it has been what? Hoodooed and voodooed. Come on.
then there is no advantage in being a snake charmer.
Then there's no advantage in being a snake charmer. Read it again.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 11.
Uh-huh.
If a snake bites before it has been charmed,
Mm-hmm.
then there is no advantage in being a snake charmer.
If he bites you before you can charm him, don't make no sense for you to be no snake charmer. You ain't got no power. Only God got this power. Ain't no voodoo, no hoodoo, no charmer. None of that stuff. That's why I tell you over in Galatians. O foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you where you would not obey the truth? All this deceit and everything is nothing but witchcraft, brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And now it's getting so modern now that people really can't see it because they're not in the spirit. But they're in the spirit of delusions, this world, being fooled, you know. He said, he that believeth on me, as the scripture has says, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Not nothing else or nobody else. Come on, King.
Matthew chapter 23, verse 31.
Come on.
Wherefore ye be witness
Uh-huh.
unto yourselves.
Wait a minute. Let's get that. What did he say? Therefore what?
Therefore ye be witness unto yourselves
Uh-huh.
that ye are the children of them which killed the prophet.
See? The one that killed the prophets. Come on.
Fill ye up then the measure of your fathers.
Come on.
Verse 33. Ye serpents, ye generation of vipers, how can ye escape the damnation of hell?
Can't escape it, brothers and sisters. You can't escape it. They cannot escape it. No matter what, they cannot escape hell. Because hell, what? It enlarges itself.
Yes. Matthew's chapter 23, verse 31.
Come on.
So you testify against yourselves
Mm-hmm.
that you are the descendants of those who murdered the prophets.
See, you're a descendant of those that murdered them.
Go ahead, finish what your ancestors started. You snakes.
Read it again.
Verse 32.
Come on.
Go ahead, finish what your ancestors started.
You what?
You snakes.
You snakes.
You poisonous snakes.
Uh-huh.
How can you escape being condemned to hell?
You can't escape because you condemned to hell.
Yeah.
You see? You're on the wrong team. But somebody got to lose.
Yeah.
And somebody got to win. We win with the Most High because Yahweh is our power.
Yes, it is.
I keep telling people, you got to know what power source to plug up to. There's a lot of powers in the world. But you got to know which power source to plug up to hook up to. Because all strength ain't the same kind of strength. Some kind of strength is worldly strength. Some kind of strength is factory strength. Some kind of strength is artificial intelligence strength. But we come with the living and true Savior and the strengthener of all Israel, Yahweh Shah Hamakiyah. That's what it's about. Knowing who is in charge. Stop giving it the devil control over your life. Let God have the steering wheel. You get over in the passenger side. Let him drive. Come on.
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 9 through 10.
Come on.
Neither let us tempt Hamakiah,
Uh-huh.
as some of them also tempted, and were destroyed of serpents.
Come on.
Neither murmur,
Uh-huh.
ye as some of them also murmured,
Talking about when they was in the wilderness. Come on.
and were destroyed of the destroyer.
And what destroyed of the destroyer. That's something else. Come on, sister.
Right. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 9. We shouldn't put the Lord to the test,
Don't test God.
as some of them did.
Uh-huh.
They were killed by snakes.
They were killed by snakes.
Verse 10. Don't complain, as some of them did.
Don't. That's what they were doing in the wilderness.
Yeah.
They were mumbling. They were complaining. He said, don't complain like some of them did. Brothers and sisters, we got to go. He said, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. Over there in Matthew 24 and 13 on that. Come on.
The angel of death destroyed them.
The angel of death destroyed.
Yeah.
You see? You know what the devil do? The devil put you out there for a prop, and he'll use you for a tool and a fool. He do you just like a SOS soap pan. When all the soap is gone out, he toss you in the trash and get another one. And that's who killed you. The same people that you're working for. They're the ones that's killing you. The same people that you want to follow. Better get it right. You're an Israelite. It's time to wake up out of this sleep. Because our salvation is more closer than when we first believed.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 7.
Come on.
A fool's mouth is his destruction.
Wait a minute. What did the Bible say about a fool?
A fool's mouth is his
The
destruction.
Bible say a fool's mouth is his what, brother?
His destruction.
Is his destruction.
And his lips are the snail of his soul.
And his lips are the snails of his soul. Running his mouth, lying, looking like a fool, scoffing, doing all this crazy stuff. But quiet as it's kept, there's going to be people that's going to believe the scoffers. But somebody got to scoff. Just like, people hum about, man, he's a hater. Somebody got to hate. You see? Everything is put in a place. Everything that God created is good for what he created it for.
That's right.
That just like people say, well, I can eat pork. Pork is good for what God created it for. But it ain't good for the Israelites to eat. None of that stuff. God created everything. But some things he created for a specific need, for a specific chore, for a specific job. What did he create you for? To keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. To give it to your children and the children's children and children for 1,000 generations.
That's right.
Training them up from birth. But they'll never be able to get it because nobody's trained. Come on, sister.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 7.
Come on.
A fool's mouth is his ruin.
Come on.
His lips are a trap to his soul.
His lips is a trap to his soul. He defeats his own self just when he opened his mouth. You know he'll fool time he opened his mouth. But folks, listen to fools.
Yeah.
Because people love folly.
Babble.
And babblers.
Yeah.
You see? Scoffers. It's going to be scoffing in the last days. We seeing it now. We went out this past Shabbat and got scoffed on. Because people want us to come where they want us to come. But they don't want to come where we at. We go where they want us to come. And then other people say, well, man, we want to hear it over here.
That's right.
So we try to make sure that everybody get this word. That's why we loud. But you can't come and say I'm a liar. Because I go by what how the spirit is. Because the Bible tells you it's the spirit that quickens.
Yes.
The flesh don't profit nothing. It's the spirit. So I go by what the spirit of God tell me. If he say go here, I'm gonna go there. Jesus told people to go places and what? He wasn't there. You see, you got to obey who's in charge. Yahweh obeyed Yahweh. We obey Yahweh.
That's right.
It's a beckoning order.
That's right.
Come on, brother.
Proverbs chapter 29, verse 11.
Come on.
A fool uttereth all his mind.
A fool gonna shoot. Look, let me tell you something. Somebody can shoot one bullet at a fool, right? But that fool If he gonna shoot every bullet that's in his gun. Come on.
But a wise man
But a wise man,
keepeth it until afterwards.
but a wise man let a fool shoot all his bullets. And then when that fool do like this here, and it don't ain't no more bullets in it, then that's when that wise man comes and destroys him. Brothers and sisters, this is no joke. This is serious business. Take this truth and run with it. Run to the next brother. Run to the next sister. Don't keep it to yourself, because that's not what it's for. When this truth is being told, when we actually understand and know what the truth is, that we're supposed to edify our brothers and our sisters more so than we do ourselves. You see, that's what it's about. Come on, sister.
Proverbs chapter 29, verse 11.
Come on.
A fool expresses all his emotions,
All his emotions.
but a wise person controls them.
But a wise person controls his emotions.
Yeah.
That's how you win, brothers and sisters. Don't let a fool dictate you. Because if you let a fool dictate you, it's going to be hard for people to distinguish the difference between the two. Read.
Yeah, we must just go right with it. Going to the next verse, verse 12. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 12. If a ruler pays attention to lies, all his servants become wicked.
Wait a minute. Read that again.
Yes. Verse 12. If a ruler pays attention to lies, all his servants become wicked.
If a ruler pays attention to lies, all his servants become wicked.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, somebody help me. Somebody help me. Somebody help me help somebody else. You brothers on here tonight have been doing a good job with your precepts and everything, and I've been closely paying them attention. You brothers, y'all need to make sure that wherever you are, somebody need to hear what you got to say.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening. Somebody need to hear what you're saying, brothers. You know? Somebody need to hear what you're saying, because if y'all can bring precepts out like that off the top of y'all head, something is good in Israel, and you brothers will not get bit by the snakes of it in Israel. You won't get bit because you know what's happening. You know what's going on. You know how to live. There's no more excuses.
Yeah.
No matter where you are. Take this word to the next brother.
That's right.
And if they hear it, all praises. If they don't, all praises.
Till
You see? At least you're doing what God requires of you. There's a lot of things that God requires of us, brothers and sisters. Sisters, get together. Stop fighting one another. Stop listening to wicked husbands, because you not going to be able to get to the kingdom on nobody else's married. Sisters, get together and teach one another. They say that the sisters can preach and they should keep quiet, but you can't talk to one another. I'm encouraging all the sisters in Israel to get together, even if you have to be phone, even if you have to be 6 or 7 of you or 10 of y'all online on a certain day or whatever. Start getting together and doing this. No little I's, no big U's and all that stuff. That's where the poison comes in at. Everybody stay humble, teaching and learning together, not separately. Remember, you're Israel, and God said, gather together. And with that, brothers and sisters, we say all praises to the Most High God, Yahweh, and His Son, Yahweh Shah, Kwam, Yasharallah. Peace and love to Israel.